Got obviously palms, right? This is Roystonea regia, Guangzhong, I think. This is Guangzhong. Guangzhong has a kind of you can see the trunk is actually a little bit wider further up than it is at the bottom. Right? It bulges a bit, right? Like some of us, and but it's this is not native. It comes from Cuba, I think, Central America. Roystonea regia, Roystonea, I think, or EA, I think. Regia, Regia, and then regia means something to do with royalty. And in the English word regal comes from the same root, right? So, and in English called royal palm. Yeah, so, and the Chinese Wong is king, is it not? Right. So there you go. Actually, the Cantonese, the English, and the Latin all have similar meanings, in fact. But these grow single stem, right? One big stem. Now, in one of the lectures coming up later, I'll explain how trees grow, right? But these canopy trees like this cinnamomum here with the lovely furrowed bark, right? Cinnamomum camphora, the jiangsu. This is a jiangsu. Each year it grows a new version of itself on top of the previous year, right? So actually the living tree is like a skin on top of the previous year's tree. And then the new shoots that come out, that's the actual living tree. The wood inside is not living, right? And then that's why when you see where a tree's been cut down, a canopy tree like this, you can see the rings of each year's growth, especially in temperate regions where you have a winter with very slow growth and you have a summer with very fast growth. And you see you can clearly see how many years old the tree is because it makes a new version of itself on top of the other one, right? So the trunk gets thicker and thicker and thicker, right, as it gets older. In fact, the tree can become completely hollow inside, still grow, and still be quite healthy, actually, because it's the living outside bark that is the living tree. And I'll explain this with some diagrams in a later lecture in more detail. Palms, on the other hand, are completely different. They are like gigantic grasses in a way. And this has many, many buds. You see, every single little branch has got buds on it, and all of those buds are growing points. So, you know, this jiangsu probably has, God knows, 100,000 growing points, right? And it means if you cut a branch off, it can actually grow new shoots from that stump, right? Palms cannot do that, right? Palm, the trunk remains more or less the same thickness the whole way up, irrespective of how tall it gets, right? And so palm trees do not expand, the trunks do not expand. The trunk stays more or less the same thickness and it just grows taller and taller and taller. It only has one growing point, right? One bud, and that's that there. And so many palms protect their growing point with spikes, what have you, because of course, if something happens to that growing point, the whole thing's finished. That's the end of the story. Whereas these trees can lose whole branches and just grow new ones back, right? So Roystonea regia. Let's go over to the